Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Autumn Cleanse webinar. I'm really excited to go through a little bit of what happens when we transition from summer to autumn. I'll share some tips with you on various things that we can do. And also I've got a sample menu that is absolutely amazing if you're looking to do a little bit of an autumn detox. But just before I do, I'd just like to point out that obviously the content is presented solely for informational and educational purposes. It is not intended as an advice to you of a medical professional or any other qualified professional. And if you have any condition, whether medical or mental health, then you should seek the assistance of a healthcare professional. Okay, just have to start with that bit. Well, I'd just like to introduce me before we make a start. So I'm Barbara, and I'm a holistic practitioner and a nutritionist. I've got a long journey behind and even a longer journey ahead of me. But for the last about 15 years, I've been battling with autoimmune disease. And ever since I discovered functional medicine and holistic healing, I am absolutely passionate about finding the ultimate balance, whether it's work-life balance, whether it's nutritional balance, or anything like that. I'm seeking about balance and everything to do with that, and that is sort of part of what we're here to do today, because transforming from summer, when it's lovely daylight, warm, long days, we can sit outside, we get a lot more vitamin D, transitioning into sort of these darker, colder evenings and mornings, it's actually a real stress on our bodies and on our systems. So I'd just like to talk a little bit about that. And I'm really excited that you're here, whether you're watching this live or on replay. So just a little bit of an intro as to what we're going to cover tonight. If you think about autumn, it is the season of harvest. Okay, so it's time to gather all of our energy, surround ourselves with love, enthusiasm, and really focus on our goals, not the things you should be doing. And I'll come on to that a little bit later. Because what we're doing is preparing and saving our energy for winter. And that is our most important resource, energy. If you think about it, we rarely pay much attention to deliberately building our energy. We're really good at getting rid of it, expending it, and using it. So what I'd like us to do tonight is have a little think about how we can use our energy in pursuit of life we wish to create for ourselves. So going back to the harvest season, okay, if you think about the beauty, the delightful abundance of beautiful food in the fall, pumpkins, okay, all sorts of squashes. We also get late harvest of apples, and if I was to just give you a few tips in terms of what you could do, think about your cooking methods. So a lot of your summer, you probably spend time grilling, having salads. So now just switching to cooking methods like saute and bake, it'll actually help to concentrate the energy within each dish. There is a real shift in the autumn from a higher percentage of raw foods to more cooked foods. The other thing to think about is one amazing thing is making soups, making broths, and I'll come on to a few. I've got some amazing recipes for soup if you're a fan. But just cooking on lower heat and longer periods, simmering, because if you think about it, the goal again is to condense the energy in us, but it's also condensing energy in foods. So you just mirror the same goal when you're cooking your foods. Okay. There are some absolutely wonderful favorites of foods that we can eat in the autumn that actually really bring out the flavors. They help us to stimulate our concentration. They help us again to focus our energy. So foods like sauerkraut, olives, leeks are wonderful. Vinegars, especially apple cider vinegar, if you're a fan, just a little teaspoon in your water. You can even drink it warm in the morning. It's absolutely fantastic. Lemons, limes, grapefruits, those citrusy fruits, ideal ways to really add good sour flavor to all the autumn cooking. Okay, but we could talk about cooking for ages, and I'm an absolute fan. If you follow me on Instagram, I post little pictures of my dinners, whether it's weekday quick stir fry or a full-on roast on Sunday. But I don't want you to think about just cooking, okay? Also, remember that the settings is as important as the food. So you can bring warmth and calm to your dinner table. Think about setting the table. There's a warm glow of candle. Absolutely wonderful is get if you like flowers in a vase, get a bouquet of 4 colors. So yellow, dark red, orange, green. Those are wonderful to create the settings, and they really complement your food. Add a bit of a soothing music, and what amusing conversation starter can you think of? Okay, so I think before I move on the tips and things what to do, I just wanted to really explain as to why to do it, and I want to touch on a little bit on what symptoms we might be experimenting and experiencing. Are you tired and achy? Do you feel really moody, really grouchy? Are you irritated with your friends, very bloated or puffy? These sort of things, or things such as migraine type headaches, especially if you drink caffeine, not so much in the morning, but if you drink caffeine post lunch, do you find that you get sort of these headaches? Or you might really find it very challenging to stick with a program when some of your comfort foods are not available. So trying a new diet or something like that. And a lot of this has got to do with our circadian rhythm. Because every time there is a change of season, we experience a change in ourselves, in our system. So, for example, as days shorten, the circadian network responds biochemically to mark the change. Okay, so there's a whole chemistry going on, and I think our bodies naturally anticipate a shorter period of sunlight and then longer period of darkness. If you think of the whole 24-hour clock, it's exactly the same when days get longer and night gets shorter, but we can do a bit of a spring cleanse anyway. So, for example, reduced exposure to natural sunlight during the shorter days is one big factor contributing to seasonal mood swings. Okay, so the circadian clock that we've all got inside monitors the changes in day length. So when there's less daylight, that clock is obviously thrown off. So seasonal mood swings, it's a new thing, trust me, and it is worth noting when you're feeling like this. So What I've tried to look at is a few tips. And before I give you specific details as to what you can do, I just wanted to start with a slightly holistic, take a step back approach. Organize your values, okay? That's a big thing. So think of it that you'll do a week of autumn cleanse, and that week you need to organize your values. So before you jump into cleaning your closets or streamlining your schedules and writing to-do list, you really got to decide where you want to spend your energy. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning. That's got nothing to do with where you should spend your energy. All right. So here's some common values for inspiration. If you pick family, this might just look like more presence with your children. Get romantic with your other half, or simply calling your mum or dad, or your best friend, or your sister. It could be something as simple as that. Okay. The other thing, look at project or look at work promotion. If you want to put your energy into any advancement, so this might be something, right, there's a promotion, I'm really going to go for it, or there's a job that I want to apply for. But it could also be a simple thing such as learning a new language, growing a business, or going back to school. Have you ever thought why schools start in September? Because it's the perfect time to do it. The next thing is freedom. So what I mean by freedom is, I don't know, something like less scheduled time, less to do, less diary time. Just have free time. Go travel. Go for organize a weekend hike if that's what you're into, or take more naps. There's nothing wrong with napping. It's the perfect time. Our bodies will naturally want to rest more, so we should give it to them. Okay. The other thing is community, and what that could be is maybe you just want to plan more dinner parties, or you want to do a community project in your village, or you join a book club, or a group at your local church, whatever that might be. The next thing is contribution, and by contribution, talking financial contribution. So start saving money for your child to go to college, or for you to go to college, or put money aside, have a savings account that you want to buy something more expensive, a big holiday or anything like that. Or you might want to volunteer for your local PTA, or volunteer for your local church. So any kind of contribution, financial or your time, whatever value that might be. And then last but not least, and kind of my favorite, that's pleasure. Okay, so this could be something like scheduling a facial or a massage, plan a romantic getaway, see a comedy show or a musical, go down to London and have an amazing weekend away, anything like that. Okay, so these are just some ideas, common values for inspiration. So it could be anything, could be many more. Okay, right, I'm just going to give you a quick tip on autumn skin cleansing routine. I've just got a little technical issues with people joining, so let you read through this and then I'll explain. Okay, thanks. So I've put this as a skin cleansing routine, but this is not just skin cleansing. I think there's a whole focus on hydration. So I'm not talking about what sort of creams you should apply. What I'm talking about is actually focusing on hydration and giving your body and your skin the hydration it deserves. Because autumn is a season of dryness, okay? So focusing on hydration on your whole body to maximally hydrate your skin is absolutely wonderful. I love ginger and lemon. I like to drink it as a tea, but you can also just have a big jug of water and you put ginger and lemon. You can put apples, you can put any fruit, and just drinking it throughout the day to help you hydrate. Because generally ginger is absolutely wonderful for our digestive system. And it also helps with depuffing. So if you feel bloated, ginger and lemon is an absolutely amazing addition to put in your water. Okay, but it can also keep you satisfied. So it kind of satisfies our taste buds. So if you're trying to lose a bit of weight, adding ginger and lemon to your water is absolutely wonderful. And having it hot as a cup of tea, even better. So if you're currently drinking your water, your liquids, try and slowly increase for that autumn cleanse week. Try and slowly increase your water intake. I always say filtered water. I'm a big fan of filtered water, or you can just have one of those super great jugs that you put in the fridge with a filter, put your tap water in and sort of filter it. It goes through a little bit of filtering. Using glass or stainless steel is much better than using plastic. Okay. So with regards to cleansing routine, I don't know if you heard of coconut oil. Now I use it for cooking, but it is absolutely wonderful for our skin too. So you can create a bit of a DIY moisturizer, not just for your face, but also for your body using coconut oil. There's plenty of great hacks on the internet or YouTube. If you go, they show you how you can do that, because you can add essential oils or anything like that. But coconut oil, wonderful. I really recommend it. I use L'Occitane as a brand. It's one of my favorite skincare brands. I don't get any money or vouchers or money of products or anything. It's just personally my favorite brand. They're lovely smelling, they're natural, and when you get to the end of the day and you wash your makeup, just to put a lovely balm smelling night cream or whatever moisturizer you're using, it's just wonderful. It's an amazing self-care. So focus on your cleansing routine. Okay. Next tip, and I already mentioned it at the beginning, bring the autumn colors home. Set your table, light your candles, go and treat yourself, and get a harvest colored scarf. If you go to farmers market, or if you go anywhere locally in nature, just notice the change in colors. There is a cottage just around the corner where we live, and they've got wine leaves, and they're just turning pure red. So they sort of go from green, they don't really go much yellow, they go straight bright dark red. It's absolutely beautiful. Eat bright orange, so pumpkin, butternut squash soup, they're absolutely amazing. If you add a teaspoon of turmeric, which is a beautiful anti-inflammatory, then that makes it even more yellow, even more colourful, and you're also doing a really good bit for your health. If you're a fan of music, just put music over a nice long evening meal or a Sunday lunch instead of a TV. Really get the settings of calm, serene, and nice, enjoying settings of eating your dinner. Okay, the next thing is focus on fiber. Now, I'd say focus on fiber any time of year, but it gets a little bit harder when we go into the autumn and all of a sudden we don't fancy a salad. We don't fancy eating cold fruits and vegetables. So there are lots of autumn inspired salads. So you can have a lovely, lovely soup that you packed for lunch and a bit of an autumn colour salad to it. Again, wonderful, wonderful hints and tips over the internet. Or drop me a note if you're interested, and I can share some of my favourite. Apples, pears, sweet potatoes, those sort of things. The fibre is in the fruit. The fibre is in the skin. Okay, apples, pears. Give them a wash. You can also wash them in water and vinegar because sometimes they've got a bit of a waxy on the outside on the skin. That's just what supermarkets and farmers do to make them look really nice and shiny. So you can just dunk them in a warm water with a tablespoon of vinegar. Any vinegar is fine, and that really will take away that shyness and then you can enjoy a nice clean apple. Sweet potatoes, if you bake them, leave the skin on. Absolutely wonderful. Full of fiber. Amazing, amazing food, our gut bacteria. Enjoy. You could switch from white to brown rice. It's actually not that bad as it sounds. Some people really don't like it, but even a wild rice is quite nice if you don't fancy brown rice. If you're a fan of overnight oats, you can also make those warm. You can have a nice warm porridge for breakfast. If you're a fan of smoothies, I'd say drink a green smoothie, and I've got some wonderful recipes. Just drop me a note and I'll send these to you straight into your inbox. And then last but not least, toasted seeds. Not just sesame seeds, they could be sunflower seeds, they could be chia seeds, flax seeds, whatever that might be. Toasted seeds just make a salad immediately taste nice and warmy, especially if you cook some chicken, just pop it in the oven, bake some chicken, bake sweet potato, and then you have your bed of salad, and then you dunk all that warm with those toasted seeds. Amazing. To be honest with you, and I have to mention exercise, but I don't really want to go on about you must exercise 30 minutes a day, but exercise is one of the simplest ways to deepen our breath and stimulate our digestion, okay? And autumn is absolutely wonderful to combine fitness with fresh air, going for walks. You know, when it's quite sunny and nice and you walk out in the morning and it's got that autumny smell, it's like that wet wood, wet bark of the trees that just smell beautiful. And you get morning dew on the grass, and it is absolutely lovely. So whilst the weather is still nice, just enjoy a walk or take your kids outside after school. Plan a weekend, local country parks everywhere. So these are the sort of things that you can do, and just do a nice walk with a good pace. But depending how you feel, because if you just feel like you want to do a bit of deep breathing and a bit of hatha yoga, which is the relaxing type of yoga, then fine. You know, if you're doing a little bit of a cleanse for a week, then the first few days of cleanse are usually the least comfortable, because if you're giving up certain foods, and I'll go through those in a minute, if you're really looking to eat clean, if you want to do that detox, that cleanse, then it might be a struggle, especially if you're starting on a Monday and you just had a big weekend of partying, drinking, eating lots of simple foods. So on those days, just a simple walk or deep breathing and yoga is absolutely wonderful. So these, I would recommend the foods to avoid. Nothing surprising there whatsoever. Processed foods. I would really be careful with fish that are heavy in toxins, because we're trying to do a bit of a light detox. We are trying to eat well. So avoid those, or just have it in very small quantities. Obviously, any sugar, any sweeteners, and that also includes fizzy drinks or squashes, anything that has got sweeteners in there, and then alcohol and caffeine. If you really want to take this up to a next level, then gluten, dairy, and soy would be the other products. And I've got a bit of a sample menu at the end. If you really want to go the full-blown 5 days detox, then I'll show you what you can do. And these are the foods to enjoy, right? So vegetables, fruits, proteins, that's animal proteins, also veg proteins, and nuts and seeds. If you want to do a big shop for the groceries that you're going to use, and then what you can do, you can actually batch cook a little bit. So if you feel like you want to start a detox on the Monday, then on the Sunday, do your shopping and then just make big batches. So if you're doing overnight oats, then you can batch prepare that. You could, for example, cook your chicken, because chicken breast that's cooked will last you in the fridge for a few days. You can also pre-make some soups, and you can divide them into, I don't know, you can use mason jars and you can store them in the fridge, so you've got easy serving. You can put them in your Tupperware. You can also freeze them. So there is loads and loads of things. If you're a fan of smoothies, I always recommend bananas for smoothies because they make your smoothie quite filling. So peel and freeze your bananas in plastic bags, ready for those smoothies. Wonderful. Okay. So here are some time-saving tips that I've probably just mentioned all of them because batch cooking and freezing is just wonderful. You can't go wrong with that. And if you don't stick with it, if you don't have them, then you've got them in the freezer and they're ready for whenever you're running short of time and you just need something healthy and fulfilling. So here's my sample menu. I've tried to put this together from a fair bit of research as to what I think should really go in. So this is the one with the next level. There's no gluten, there's no soy, there's no gluten, soy, sugars. And it is just a very, very simple, straightforward, using seasonal vegetables, using that amazing ginger that I was talking about, using pumpkins, having smoothies. It is just a sample menu for a 5-day detox. Something that you can quite easily do in the comfort of your home. But like I said, all those other tips, it's really quite important that you focus on the whole approach. So rather than just, this is what I'm going to do, look at your exercise, look at your schedule, okay? Because if you're looking to do a detox, then that's absolutely fine. But you need to consider, have you got any events? Are you supposed to go out at work and have work and lunch? Or is there a celebration in the week? I always find Monday to Friday works really well. You can also start it on Sunday if you're having a Friday and Saturday night. And then actually starting one on a Sunday is not bad because you've got your time to, you've got time to get your head in the right space. You've got time to go shopping, you can prep, and then you're really ready for it. So here's just some thoughts and ideas. You can mix and match these. They're not in any particular order. Again, if you're interested, drop me a note and send me an email, and I can instantly send you the sample menu. And obviously, if you need support, then I'm here. I am on Facebook, I am on Instagram and LinkedIn. I'll share these with you in your inboxes, but definitely subscribe to a newsletter on my website, because these are the sort of things that I offer quite a lot. I also offer one-on-one coaching and holistic healing. So you always get a free discovery call if you just want to drop me a note. It's absolutely free, just 15-20 minute conversation as to what your issues are, what you need help with. And last but not least, my signature wellness support group program, The Power of 8. Currently, as I'm recording this, beginning of October 23, we are fully booked. So there is a waiting list. So again, if you're interested, just drop me a note and I can put you on the waiting list. And once we've got spaces, I can let you know. Well, I think this is it. I've given you a fair bit of information. I would love to hear from you how you're getting on. If you've given it a go, it would be really, really good to hear and share your experience. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to working with you. Bye for now.